drinking and driving. So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign on bonus. Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k. We match it up to 4%. Get you home regular. Good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company that can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years,
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k. We match it up to 4%. Get you home regular. Good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Boom! Tell them! Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I hear that now you can find us on CS2. So everybody get me used to saying that, CS2. You know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. And the scripture for today is going to come from Luke 4. And we're going to start at verse 3 and probably do 4 because 3 won't sound right without 4. Then the devil said to him, "If you are the Son of God, tell this stone to become a loaf of bread." But Jesus told him, "No, the scripture said people do not live by bread alone." So that is our word for today. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I got a man here that everybody in Troy know. And tremendous story behind him himself, some things he's been dealing with, and I wouldn't have known it if he hadn't told me. So that shows you that this man keeps himself going. And it is Mr. Cheryl Crow from right here in Pike County. So we're going to take this commercial break. We're going to let him he'll be the first person drivers. I told you we was going to get a better system than what we had for the driver of the month. That's right. Today we're doing driver of the month. And I want to make sure I speak to all the drivers this morning, especially the Wiley Sanders driver, but every driver in this country. Just want to say good morning to you. Most of all, be safe, be careful. And drivers, let me give a warning again. It's summertime. Drivers are going to be taking their kids with them on trips. You done had kids, you know how it is. You have a child and something closed up, and when you stop it, boom, he takes out and go to running. So let's just ease through the truck stop in case that happens. Hey, we don't want nobody to get hurt. We want to have a safe, fun summer. We'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois.
Indiana. North Carolina. South Carolina.
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana. North Carolina and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving?
And we're here. Mr. Crow, I want to say one thing. You're a man of your word.
Well,
You told me you was coming.
well, it took a while, Jeffrey, but if I tell you, I'm going to do it.
That's good. You know, that's what us old folks is, and
It
we
is.
either say yes or no, and it may take us a while to get to it, but we're going to do it.
Listen, I used to do a lot of deals with handshakes. You know, I mean, big deals with handshakes, but now, you know, the litigation, you got to have
You gotta
leases and everything else.
Well, let me ask you something that's
Sure.
always interests me. How did you get started? I mean, when I know the thing you were just doing, which you're a little older than me, but I just want to know, what was the beginning of
Well,
this, what you're doing?
It wasn't what I wouldn't play college ball, and then I went to University of Alabama, and then got a scholarship to UCLA Medical School in prosthetics and orthotics, artificial limbs and the legs, and I never practiced in it. I got interested in real estate, and so had a friend who was with Pasquale Pizza, and from Cincinnati, and so I got one of his franchise, and then had 5 stores, and it just started from there, Jeffrey. I started building other things, crows, chickens, and real estate development, and that's basically. So you never know what you're going to do. You may be educated in a field that you'll absolutely go opposite direction.
So how many years did you go to school for the doctor?
Oh gosh, I was at UCLA. We were on an accelerated program, and we did a 3-year program. We'd go from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10, 11 at night. We were seeing the boys coming back from Vietnam with their legs, arms blown off, and I was working at an Oakland hospital. And but I was going to come back to University of Alabama and teach orthopedic surgeons how to do this.
That's what you
Yeah, and I got interested in franchising. So you never know. You never know.
That's an amazing story. Now, I didn't know that.
No.
Do you still remember something? Well, I guess when you see somebody with an artificial
Oh,
leg,
yeah.
it has to bring it back
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, it does. It really does.
And I didn't even know you played basketball. That's very interesting.
I had about 8 basketball scholarships when I got through. And Mississippi State looked at me and sent me to a small school over there. And Jeffrey, I turned down a scholarship to Suge Jordan to play football at Auburn. And everyone
glad.
thought I was crazy, and I was so embarrassed about it, I wouldn't tell anyone. My brother told me he didn't even know. But anyway, I did.
Well, that's good. Well, I'll tell you what, this community, I tell people this. When I go to a school, and the people that watch this show hear me say it over and over and over again, I just don't sell Wiley Sanders Truck Line, KW Plastic, KW Containers, KW Recycle, and Sanders Fertilizer. I sell Pike County as a whole.
You do.
As a whole, because to me, this is such a knitted community. When businesses come here, we get out and we support them, and more times than not, they're successful.
Yeah.
They make it. They make it.
They do. It's a great town to live in. I've lived in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, it's Montgomery, and Troy has been the best to live in.
Well, I tell drivers this. I say we got good schools, we got good restaurants, and we got a good college. So that gets you whatever you want your child
right.
in. We got all three.
Absolutely.
And then I tell them, we're 2 hours and a half from the beach, 2 hours from the lake. And that's true. I drove it enough times, I know.
Absolutely. That
I drove it enough times that I know.
it should be enough to entice you, shouldn't it? Just come. If you want to work, there's a job for you, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a town that you can be successful, and it's a town that respects the working person.
Oh, I do. I think I this morning at 6 o'clock, I heard the garbage men come and pick up. Now, they just don't get enough appreciation.
Yeah.
We've got some terrific people that work that you don't even think about, picking up your debris and your garbage after a storm. And they're the ones that should be commended too.
And I'll tell you something else. Look at when big weekend where you had a big ball game or you had people over and you got all them bones and stuff, and then there's some guy got to pick that up.
Absolutely.
And I tell people this: put your stuff in a bag and tie the bag up, and get a good bag.
That's right.
I hate to take it out myself and it.
Oh, I
Tear
do.
loose. Well, and you're right to commend them, but when you go to commending the city of Troy, you just can't overlook our mayor. He has just built in like he was groomed for that job. He's doing such a good job.
Right.
Things he's doing here, and all the people that work at the city, all of them do a good job. I like to go to the courthouse because I don't never have all my paperwork. I just like to go for them to tell me to come back.
No, I'm like you. You've always got to come back.
But
they do a great job.
I didn't get something signed.
But let me tell you, a great institution, Jeffrey, is the hospital. I've been out there as chairman for 40-something years. And you talk about health care with, there's a great team. Rick Smith has put up a great team out there. Those dedicated nurses and everyone else out there. It is a great,
well, that's
great
where
hospital.
my mother went when she was sick. And I remember talking to Dr. Gill, and he was such down to earth. And it was clean in there, and it was a serious time for us. But you're right, the facility was good. The people was nice, and Dr. Gill, you could tell it hurt him to say, and
You're right.
I thought something about that. I thought my sister was sitting in there, and he was like, well, I need to talk to y'all, but I don't think he won't talk to her. And I followed him out the door. And I remember that. And he started talking about the quality of life. But that's what Pike County got.
That's right.
It's in the gym in the morning time. Everybody knows. Everybody's on a schedule. Everybody knows where everybody's going.
That's right.
And going there.
It is.
And, I'm going to tell everybody this. When I come to Troy, Alabama, I was young. I was wild. And my parents told me I was going to go to school. I was going to get a job. And I'm sort of like you, but it went a different way. I was going to work out there for a little while to get them off my back. We had a house down there in Pensacola, and they told me I couldn't stay in it. And my thing was to get them off my back, and I was going to ease back down there.
Sure.
And I got fascinated with trucks. Like you got fascinated with real estate, I got fascinated with trucks. And I would just look at them, and I was just doing a little summer job. I said, I got to learn how to drive one of them.
Absolutely.
And I used to pick at my sister. My sister works at Troy University, Dr. Diggs. I used to pick at her because she had went to school, and I'm not doubting education. And we would be doing our W-2s, and it would just thrill me if I made a little more than her. It would just kill her. When you talk about money, I'm serious, and people have called my hand on it, but I've been able to show it to them on paper. A guy can go to school for 6 months, 4 months, or 12 months. I mean, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, or 12 weeks, and come out of that school and walk on a job. Well, I'm gonna say walk on Wiley Sanders' job and make $50,000 a year. His first year out of school.
Absolutely.
That's good money.
That's
I don't
impressive.
care where you live at. That's good money.
It's very impressive.
And when I go to schools and I say that, these young folks, they'll go to calculate. And I tell them, I say, I don't care how you figure it upside down. I say, I figure it before I see it.
That's right.
And but we got some guys to do way better than that. But I'm just saying that's just a start off. And that's a great opportunity for people.
It is a great opportunity.
And like you got two fields, I know, since you're talking about the medical field, his name is Ralph Buchanan. He won't mind me saying this. He was a paramedic. That's what he did. And then he worked in the nursing field. And he just got tired. He said he just got tired. He was just sitting on the couch, and he said, I'm going to do something else. And he went to truck driving school.
Right.
And now, he's among our top drivers.
Well, that's fantastic. You know, the health field can wear you out.
Yeah.
I know the nurses, they're just tired sometimes.
Yeah.
And I really empathize with them, but they do such a great job. They really, really do.
It's two people, it's two sets that I don't want to never leave this world. That's the healthcare people and the law. People can say what they want to say. We need the law. If they stay in their places and roles, can you imagine the way things are now if we didn't have the law?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Could you imagine Pike County not having that hospital and that football team over there and somebody twist their ankle?
Yeah.
Not have all these older people that's got to go. Just that hospital and that college, things around Troy, we need.
Oh, it brings a lot. I've always said Troy's got an academic flavor. You know, it's got the schools there, but the school brings a lot of other things here. As you can see, 231, what it has brought. A lot of people would just kill to have that university to bring these other industries
Parents
into
coming
Troy.
in. I was at Sips on the Square. It's been a couple of weeks ago. Me and my wife, and they got the trailers out there. And we were sitting there, and I said, "Boy, this is really nice." And I saw several parents, and I could just see that's what they were. They was bringing their kids,
Sure.
and they come to visit them for the weekend.
Right.
Well, you think they bought that revenue here? They probably bought gas here. You're right. That university brings in a lot.
A lot. It really does.
And it don't hurt that they the Sun Belt champions neither. I mean, that don't hurt nothing.
That really doesn't hurt. But your other industries, Wiley and I went to school together.
Really?
We were in the same class. And we were out running around playing football and basketball. And Wiley had such a vision that he was buying $300 and $400 tires, and we thought $5 was a lot of money. He was going down towards Foley getting potatoes and bringing them, hauling them back. I thought Wiley was, I just didn't know. But now those $300 tires are what? What does a tire cost?
About 5. It's about 5 now. It's about 5.
But he just had such a
Didn't you
vision.
tell me that y'all would be playing and he'd have a truck sitting out there by his mama's house?
Oh yeah, we'd be climbing that magnolia tree he had in his front yard, and he'd have a truck out there. He had those boots too, but he was just way ahead of us. Let's put it.
Yeah.
He had a good vision.
Well, I thank God for his vision, and I thank God for leaving his vision in Pike County
Absolutely.
and trading with Pike County.
Right. And Stephen is doing a fantastic job.
Same thing.
Coming right behind him.
And I have to be careful what I say about the boss, but you're second person I told us to, and it's probably been 6 or 7 months ago. But I walked by Driscoll's office, and Stephen was sitting in there. And it sent chill bumps down my body because he's sitting in that chair so
Looked
like
just
his
like
daddy. And I thought, oh my God, oh man, you may be losing it.
It doesn't fall far from the tree.
It just sent, and he had that same look, you know. You don't have to shut the door. Anybody walk by there, you know not to just go busting up in there.
Yeah.
But it's one thing, and I didn't understand it then, but I understand it so now. It's so many times Mr. Sanders, I'm talking about the Wiley Sanders, has said to me, we got to do this a little different. He always said we, not I, not you. He said, we got to do this a little different. Oh, we, and I see what he meant. It's you stay at a place and you work. You have to grow the attitude, okay, I work here, I just don't make my check here. This is my livelihood here. I got to help take care of this, because if this ain't here, then my livelihood is not here. And when you get an employee that will think like that,
Yeah.
you got a good employee. I saw it at my little old place one time when I had 2 or 3 guys working. Believe it or not, I ain't got but one now. And when I tell you this story, you're gonna ask me, you're gonna know which one I got. We'd had a storm come through. 3 was up under the shed, and 1 was out there picking up the sticks, getting it ready, getting it back. He said, man, we gotta get this stuff away from the skywalk. We gotta get this stuff away from there. He knew that was his livelihood. He knew that them sticks staying out there make it look like we closed. He still left. But you got to think like that.
You do. You absolutely do. And we've had some great thinkers in Troy.
Oh yeah.
Really,
Oh yeah.
really have.
You know, Mr. Campbell, this is another story. One day, and this was Chris. He was asking me how the car wash was doing. I said, well, it's doing all right. You know, he just looked down about it. He said, well, hey, you're putting food on some tables. That's the way those people out there think.
Right.
That they putting food on tables.
Right.
And it's a good way. It's a good. I'm glad they think like that.
Sure, sure. Well, Kenny has done a great job for the city of Troy.
Yes.
He's been a great visionary leader. All the products they've started, you cannot overlook any of the things he's been involved in.
And it just is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet.
He is.
Just
Kenny
one
is.
of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Well, we'll have some people in suspense. So tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the bulk division in here. We're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull it first. I've been wanting one of these because I just never thought that. Okay. This is brand new, ladies and gentlemen. Don't laugh at me.
I saw Jeffrey take it out of the box.
I took it out the box. Uh-oh. One came out, and I got to. Okay, I see. I didn't even have to do all that. I could have done that. I'm learning. All right, Mr. Crow. Come on and pull one.
Pull one out.
Pull one out. We don't.
What?
Whoa.
This chair stood.
All right. Get one out. See who we got.
Okay. You've got Kenny Garrett.
Kenny Garrett.
Right.
You know his
Kenny-
people. Garrett IGA.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that's who that was. Kenny.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah.
That's either his dad or his uncle.
Right.
And you know, that's another good thing. And talking about that made me think about this. The Cattlemen's Association down there. They're good for this community. They do a lot of things. That rodeo they have every year and the auction that they have, it brings a lot of business to Troy.
Oh, it does.
People may not believe and can see that, but it's a lot of business it brings to Troy. Now, I have to tell the drivers this every week when I do this. To make driver of the month. And this way this works, Mr. Crow. The drivers get these cards like this. Not the driver, the dispatcher.
Right.
No one else. Not the president, not the safety department, nobody but the guy that he communicates with every day elects him for driver of the month.
Oh, okay.
It's just all the way. You know, some of them come down there, House man, why ain't never read driver of the month? Go see your dispatcher.
Right.
But a funny story to this, you know I've had several surgeries. You see me in the gym. I went to the doctor in Birmingham, and when I went down the steps, I looked back, and I was in the Employee of the Month parking spot. And I had this boot on my foot, you know, and I thought, man, I'm just going to go ahead and just eat crow and just tell them this is what I did.
Right.
So I go in there, I say, I parked in the Employee of the Month parking places. Are they here? Are they coming? They said, that's me. I said, I'm so sorry. Not thinking, you know, and I give us some lunch is on me today. I turn around, I said, well, where is your car? She said, oh, it's been towed up 6 weeks. So I really just wind up, I wasn't, but coming back, the moral of the story is coming back, that's all I could think about was that. And I kept thinking, we need something. And Trace was just coming in the door. He was just coming in the door. And I remember he said, I'm going to have an open door policy. I went to him. I told him what I had and what I want to do and how I want to do it. And I say, you know, along down the road, we may tweak it. And you know how you got something, you ready to sell it. Now, I had it already. And when I got that part done, and I was ready for my second sale pitch, he said, do it, son. And I said, I had to tell myself, you got it, get out of here. Get out of here. And since then, I've learned from his wife that he tells you, don't oversell it.
Right.
So I was about to oversell it. I was just going to keep on and keep on and keep on. All right, now this is for the band division. Line it up.
This is for the what?
The band division. What you did was the dumps.
Okay.
There we
Let's
go.
see.
All right. Who we got?
Tim Blake.
Tim Blake. I don't know
Blake.
Tim Blake. Let's see who he drives for.
B-L-A-K?
Yeah, he drives for Thomas Hicks, 7143. Now, this is how you know he's sure enough good driver. That 71, that's the latest trucks we got.
Oh, is it?
He on a new ride, too. He won driver of the month, he riding around on a new ride. Thomas Hicks, I love working with him. He works a lot with the kids, but he's a hands-on dispatcher. No offense to none of the other dispatchers, but he's real hands-on.
How many dispatchers do you have?
We got,
roughly.
We got 3 in the book division, 1 in the dump, and in the van division we got Thomas Hicks, Richard Ray, Lee Outlaw, Robin Sullivan, and that's it, 4. Oh,
Dispatch.
there's a new one just come on. Well, I can't think of his name. He's going to be so mad with me. But he just started, Joe Davis. Joe Davis is doing a good job. He's doing a good job. Now, we was talking about what makes this town and all. If a dispatcher is off, that driver automatically think he's had a bad day. That's how close they are. It don't matter what happens. If they got to go through another dispatcher, they just feel like you didn't look out for them.
Well, Jeff, how many years have you been working at Wiley Sanders?
All my life, I'm 30, I'm 62. I was 20 something.
So,
I've had one job my whole life. Now, I had a business in Brundage one time, and I got the little old car wash, but one solid job all my life.
that's remarkable.
And I tell people all the time, anything that happened to me in life, it wasn't cause of my job. Mr. Wiley Sanders was just the type of person that he made you want to work for. He treated you in a way you wanted to work for him. And I did some special stuff for him, but he always treated me good. Really good. Spoiled good. I'll say the word spoiled good. I ate where he ate it. I slept where he slept it. And it was always like that.
Well, if the community really knew what he had done silently,
Oh,
did not want anyone to know, you know that better than anyone.
yes.
But,
But you know, when you talk about Mr. Sanders, you talk about the stuff what you said when you first come on the show. A handshake. I can't believe I done that. If he liked you or if he trusted you, that was it. That was all you needed. That was good enough for him. That was good enough for him. That man used to send me all over this country. I'd be lost. I'd be doing stuff for him. And
I remember when he sent you up north to get his vehicle up there. I mean,
but he used to tell me, and it took me a little while to grasp to it. I'm a little country boy, I ain't never been around nothing like that. But he'd always tell me, do it like I tell you. If anything happens, I'm gonna get it. It's gonna be good, but do what I tell you. And then once I learned that principle, I just did it. Whether it made sense to me or not. Because it didn't take me long enough to figure out. He's a lot smaller than me because it come so far, so it didn't take me long to figure that out. But a good person. His son is doing the same thing, though.
both of them good people.
It's doing the same thing.
Good people.
And once again, you can't take your hat off enough to what it does for this town.
Right.
I got some drivers. You talking about how long I've been here? I got some drivers been here that long. That's a guy that works for us that lives in New York.
Oh my goodness.
And he's been working here so long to you, if you see him, you think he's from Troy. I mean, he just comes in, he goes back up that East Coast, he goes up and down. The benefits, you don't got me started now, but the benefits of driving there and the lanes they have, it's just, oh man, when you start going north, either that way or that way, as long as you're going north, well, we can do something with you. Now, south is a little harder, but, oh man, North Carolina, Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, we got places like that all the time. We got people that, you know, I want everybody just in 100 miles radius of Pike County, if they got a CDL, I want them at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's my mission every day. I told Stephen, I want to look out there and the ready line is empty.
Right. Well, it makes you proud, Jeffrey, if you're in New York or if you're in New Hampshire, to see a Wiley Sanders truck pass you by or you pass them. It does. It really does something for you.
And I got relatives all the time that they'll tell me that sometimes they'll shoot me a text. You know, people text nowadays. They'll say, just saw one of y'all trucks. Or sometimes I get a picture of it.
Right.
And I tell you what I do. I keep informed with, I couldn't count all the numbers in here, but somebody just drove here and they leave, I keep contact with them. Because 9 times out of 10, it don't take them long to realize I had pretty good down that Troy. I mean, trucking is slow now, but you think we like a big locomotive, what I tell people. We just keep trucking.
Right.
We just keep trucking. We got that plastic plant. We got that lead plant. When you making 75% of your freight, you gonna make it.
And you got to send those cans out too.
Oh yeah, and these cans, and about 15 loads of these a day go out.
Yeah.
Going to Texas, all over the place. And that's another thing. That made me feel good to work for a place that's got stuff like that.
You do.
And I started doing, Mr. Crow, I had to start doing tours. Let me tell you what, I go to a lot of local schools. I don't run the road no more. I just go to Montgomery, Dothan. Got one a little above, almost in Prattville, I think. Clanton. I got one in Clanton. But when I go to these schools and I go to talk about what we got, I got to notice some people be like, man, he ain't got one. And I got to noticing it. And I started inviting them down. Trenton Tech, right there in Montgomery. I don't go there no more. They come to me every 6 weeks. They come to me. If they got a class of 6, we probably gonna get 4.
Good.
You know,
Good.
and it's just because people see. You can sit here and talk all day about what we got, but you
They got to see it.
You got to see it. You know it yourself. You got to see that.
it.
You got to see that mass production, that steam coming up out of her.
Right.
I was in church. I was like, this little boy, he's here, I guess with his grandparents for the summer. And I guess they had told him to ask me. He said, I feel good telling somebody else that because I've been told that 2 or 3 times by the big man. He said, what's that smoke that's coming out? I said, that's not smoke, that's steam. Remember that, that's steam. That is steam. But when you see that thing steaming, it lets you know that we're doing
Progress is on.
Progress is on. And like I tell people, with Wiley Sanders, if that wheel is rolling, that driver's making money because they get paid for every mile that truck turns. If you got to go empty and get a load, you still going to get paid.
Yeah.
That's good. So we got one more, Mr. Girl. I'm going to let you get out of here. I told you I wasn't going to keep you long. Let's see.
He's hard to get a hold of, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's a good one. You got one.
Let's see. Carvanius Smith? Is that it?
Covania Smith. He
Carvanius.
drives 4467. Rodney Cobb. Now I'm going to tell you what the dispatchers do. They keep up with which one of their drivers. One, they be picking at me about it. They be telling me, say, yeah, Hoss, you and so-and-so got a deal going. Because like sometimes Thomas Hicks, he didn't win last month, but he had won twice in a row. But the guys get so excited. Now, I ain't told you all this. We take a banner. We take a big old banner like this.
Yeah.
Big banner. We put all these drivers' name on it. We put their truck number on it. And we hang it up over the driver's lounge, and we hang it on the wall when you're going out the gate. And for a whole month, his name and his truck number system. They get a polo shirt, and they also get a gift card. Not on their check. They get to come by the safety director's office and get the card. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. I mean, it's a rewarding deal. It is. But I'm gonna let you get out of here. But we didn't do the shop, and I'm gonna tell you how the shop works. The shop is created by the driver. The driver goes down to the shop, and mechanic may just do something that he really liked. He might, just take the extra moment with him.
Right.
Well, in safety, we have these that you can come by and you can pick that shop employee of the month. Say this guy, he helped me get out of here. You know what's the truck driver's biggest thing?
Don't have a breakdown.
Don't have a breakdown.
I would think that'd be.
That's it. Long as that truck rolling, you making money. But we have designed, and I'm bragging when I say this, but it is right. We have an inspection lane. If you ain't been out there in a while, you got to come out there and let me take you around. But we got an inspection lane that those trucks go through every time they come on the yard within 14 days. All right. I like this thing.
I bet you do. This is
This is the shop employee. This is not a driver here. This is a shop employee.
Okay. That's Jessica Collier.
Oh, Jessica. She runs the cleanup crew.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
How important is that? Now, that's real important.
Let me tell you how important that is. She cleans the driver's lounge.
Yes.
Their showers, their bunk houses.
Good for her.
We got a bunk house. That's another thing. I hate to get people to come and see it. We got a bunk house. Me and you both travel a lot. It's just as nice as in the hotel we walk in.
I've seen you when you did your advertisement with it.
That's
it is nice.
Kelly Sanders got involved with that. Her and Ronnie Bowles, a lot of hats goes off in that. Steve Winterton, all them, they got together and they put their heads. I mean, you got a card that you check in with. You got your own room.
television.
Oh, we got all kind of soaps and good. It's just towels. I mean, it's like being in a hotel.
mean,
Your own
it is.
TV, own thermostat for your air conditioning. It was some money spent in it. Every driver that I kept through, they show them that. They said, I've never seen one like that.
Well, how did they get to use it, Jeffrey? They come in on a long trip? and
There's two ways to make you eligible for it, because we got a driver's lounge too.
Okay.
Let's talk about the good way first. Say you come in, you drove all night. You and your dispatcher done talk. He got you another load, but you need a 10-hour break. You need some fuel, you need some stuff checked on your truck. So you come in, you let someone in safety know what you got going on, and then we'll call, and you can get that room to go over there and rest, because you're going right back out.
Right.
The other thing is, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, they just realize they're not going to be able to fix your truck. They need a part from those. I don't care how new it is, stuff going to happen to it.
Sure.
Then we put you in one of those rooms. We put you in one of those rooms.
Good.
We got a dog
Yeah.
killer.
Oh, I did see
We
that.
got,
You thought of everything.
don't do no commercial about a dog killer. I ever told you about that? No. You know Frankie Sears.
Yeah.
His daughter
Right.
had a dog. I used her dog in the commercial.
I've seen it. Yeah.
She dries up while we doing the commercial. It was hot that day. We done did it about 4 or 5 times. When she dries up, well, that dog tries to get out of my arm, and you can see my arm when I go. Man, I was stopped at Walmart. They said, you choking that dog.
Oh, no.
So
That's
they
a
let me know
good-
people was watching, because they saw that.
But I bet you the drivers are serious about that little dog with them.
Let me tell you something.
That's a lot of company.
There's a lot of company, and it's some of them that they would quit if they couldn't have their dog.
Yeah.
They just have to have that dog. And I guess, you being out there, you get attached to it,
Sure you
and
do.
you would want to be with it. Well, tell me this before I let you go.
Okay.
Tell me something funny with you and Mr. Wiley. Something that happened funny.
Something that was real funny.
Oh, so I learned it
Well,
much that. Well, just tell me a little story. Just tell me one of your little stories.
Well, let me think of a real good one. I think one of them was we were down at Murphy Park swimming, and he was down there. And he says, I got to go. I said, well, where are you going, Wiley? He said, I'm going to pick up potatoes in Foley. And, we just thought that was something else. And he came back, turned around, showed me his money. I said, Wiley, can I go with you next time?
Can I go with you?
Oh,
I tell drivers that he used to drive, and they just look at me, the younger. Some of the older drivers know it, but it's, wow. John Treadwell told me this one time, and I truly understand it now. I didn't quite get it when he said it, but like we had been to a funeral, just wrecked quick there. I said, man, it look like it ain't happening to nobody but us. And he said, Jeffrey, you have to realize how big we are. And we're so big to a lot of people do pass away, get old and retire. And there's a lot of people that walk around this town that Mr. Mahan, I think he worked till he was 70. It's just a lot of people have worked a long time. Driscoll is still at it.
well, all of us are. I'm 82. And
You
I'm
82, Mr. Girl?
I'm 82.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never missed a day of work. Got stage 4 lung cancer. Never missed one day of work yet. I've been truly blessed, Jeffrey.
And didn't you tell me you've been doing, I wasn't going to mention unless you did, 10 years now?
Of lung
Fighting
cancer. 5 years. They gave me 6 to 8 months to live. And I've been fighting it for about 5 years in July. Next month will be 5 years. And most people, I've had 105 treatments.
Wow.
105.
And they gave you 6 months to live.
Yeah, 6
What
8
you say? I ain't
months.
leaving here in 6 months.
Well, I didn't have much control over it, but someone told me and said, you're not going anywhere. Good Lord's not through with you yet. And so he's been very good to me, that's for sure.
That's amazing.
But-
You never know.
Yeah, and most people with lung cancer don't live. I never had a cigarette in my life, Jeffrey. I always played athletics and thought cigarettes were bad, but I have a son who's a heart doc. He's a surgeon in Auburn, heart surgeon. He said, Dad, it's bad luck. It's just nothing but bad luck.
Bad luck.
And sometimes it is a little bad luck, but, you know, I've been blessed every day.
Well, you know, now you think of the person that's diagnosed with that now that may know you. They may
Yeah.
say, well, what's the crow did that I can do?
Yeah.
Sometimes we can be a light for others.
Well, I've had some good prayers. Best prayer, you know Rufus Williams, the painter, Rufus Williams, man. His wife just really took control of me one day and prayed, and I tell you, she just did a great job. I'll always remember Pearl, but Rufus is everybody knows Rufus.
I probably know what
You know if you see him.
But you know, when you talk about prayer, it's been 4 or 5 weeks ago now. I was talking to a friend of mine from Montgomery. It was either the next day or the day after that. He had a stroke. Was in the hospital, didn't know nobody, and I was like, oh my God. But a group of us we just said, we're going to pray for him. And I got a guy in Montgomery, he'll call me and we'll pray. Friday, I had to do something in Montgomery for work, and when I got through, he was just on my mind. I said, well, see, sometimes when people are sick, you got to ask how the family doing, because the family goes through something. I said, I'm going to go by and see his wife. She running this shop and check on her. And I went by there and she said, hey. I said, hey. I said, how's things going? And people was working. She running that shop. Now he had a garage. So I said, how's Johnny? And she said, he good. He back there. You want to go see him? Had a little cart. She done bought him to work. And he was laying back there.
Yeah.
And he's talking a little bit. So prayer is a key. It's a key.
It certainly is. Don't ever count it out.
Well, the only way I can get you to come back is do what I said. Don't keep you all day.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's
We're
been
gonna
a
take
pleasure, Jeffrey. I thank you. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to join you today. Thank you for inviting me.
People like you in this town and come on this show. It makes me feel good.
Well,
And I always said positive. I like to talk about positive things. That's what we
Absolutely.
sit here and did. Talked about our colleges, talked about our city, the city workers.
we have.
Talking about how hard it'd be if we didn't have nobody coming doing the job that they're doing. And we thank you. We thank our mayor, thank our sheriff, our chief of police. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now this is green grass, this is green money. $1,000 sign-on bonus, Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k, we match it up to 4%. Get you home regular, good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we do what we say. Come join the best today. Hey, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing, drivers first.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Boom, tell them. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Ohio, Arkansas.
we're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't, any kind of handheld device, do not do it and drive. Did you know it's 6 times more dangerous texting and driving than drinking and driving? So don't do it. Please do not do it. Be safe. It's summertime. Let's have a good time. It's dangerous. Don't do it. We want everybody to be safe. From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best.
We're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I am so glad to have this little thing here. Now, we got all the drivers of the month. People, drivers. I hear everything you tell me. I hear everything you write down. I'm saying, why not a dispatcher of the month? Well, let me tell you something. You got to go further than me. I will ask Trace, Mr. Parker, to see, but that's really kind of out my field. It takes all I can to take care of you guys. And that's what I want to do. I want to just continue to take care of the drivers, be a voice piece, be there for you when you need me. Call me anytime, 334-372-5049. You're welcome to call me if you just need to talk. You might just want to pray. Whatever you want to do, I just want to be there for you. I want to remind you again about this summertime and about being careful with the kids being in the truck stops. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you drivers that, you know who you are. I don't have to get into calling names. The ones that always come by and just say, hey, not just me. I'm nothing without the people around me. But when you come down there to safety and just say hi to Brandy and Dale and Ricky and Kim and Tanya, Randall, Mr. Austin. It's just, it makes us feel good. So don't think if we busy and we don't talk so much this time as we did the last time. Don't think we don't see it. We do care, and we do thank you for thinking enough of us to stop by. Just thinking enough to stop by. Another thing, the Calamans, I think it's tomorrow night. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night when they're having the dinner down there. Maybe Derek will text me and let me know about him or Ronnie Bozeman one. But I think that's tomorrow night. They're having a steak dinner. If you're a member, I think it's free, and if you bring somebody, I think it's $25. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be hot this week, drivers. It's going to be really hot. Let's make sure we stay hydrated. Let's make sure we keep water in our trucks. See another driver, some water. Remember, guys, if you're on the yard, you get hot. We got cold water there. We got drinks. I'd rather you drink water. Water's good for you, you know me. But please, feel free to stop by and get you a cold bottle of water. It's there for you. Another thing is this. I've been told the dog kennel, because I like to address everything that's brought to me about putting the tarps up for when it's raining. You know how nice our dog kennel is. You know how nice it is. The hole up on the tarps is that we want to put some professional ones, some nice ones. We don't want to just wrap a tarp around it. So that's been the thing. You got to get measurements. You got to get a roller. It's just not easy. Snap your finger. So that is in the midst. The motorcycle parking. Yes, it's on the table. All I can do is get this stuff to the table, then I got to get somebody to eat it. But I got it all on the table. It's all on the table. I ain't forgetting you. And I want to address something, and I'm probably opening up a can of worms, but let me just say this. The way our yard is set up, and the way the parking lot is set up, everybody cannot drive in. I'm sorry. Everybody cannot drive in. The ones who do drive in, they're watching. They're asking that you please park in the field. The other thing to that is, anytime you're at the gate and you got something you need to transport, Austin or even myself, somebody will come and get you. We'll make this work for you. That's about it. Hey, it's another Monday. We got our drivers of the month. We got Kenny Garrick in the fertilizer division. We got Tim Blake. Yeah, Tim Blake. He's with Thomas Hicks, driving 7143. Corvavius Smith. He's with Rodney Cobb. Oh man, they said team. Okay. I know that team. That's him and his wife won that. They won again. They won last year one time. They won again, okay? Had to reread that. And then we got Jessica. She won. I think Jessica works on the cleanup crew. Driver name was Michael. Truck number 910. Michael Midford. I know Michael. Michael, you've been doing a good job, man. I appreciate the things you've been doing around there. You know what I'm talking about. You're doing a good job. Just keep the good work up. I want to say good morning to Danny Roberts. Danny, how you doing, brother? Some people I just have to say names out, but most of all, I want to say good morning to all the drivers. Thank you for the sacrifice that you guys make. Those two guys I just happened to have a conversation with. Well, I had a conversation with a bunch of people, but a little different there. What are some more things we need to do? Oh, yeah. We need to be ready if you're in town Wednesday. We're having a cooking. Who's that? Truck Works is feeding us Wednesday. I think it'll be fish. Not for sure. It's going to be food. Let me say this. It's going to be free. Let me take time now to invite Dustin to come eat with us Wednesday. Him and Steve Camp. And we got the mayors coming. We got the sheriff. I need the chief of police number. I need to invite him. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Things are going to be real good. Freight is easing on up. The miles are going to ease on up. Everything is going to be good. Just give it some time. But the old clock on the wall say, I must go. Do y'all like the new way of doing the driver of the month? Dustin, what you think about that? That is so much better. That is so much better. I got this thing and I said, man, we got to do better than what we doing. We're going to leave it up here so we always have it. And it's just good to have. I want to thank my wife. That's right. I want to thank my wife for ordering that and getting it ready. I want to thank you, and most of all, it was such a pleasure to have Mr. Crow, Cheryl Crow up here. Think about this. I didn't know this till he told me. Given 3 to 6 months to live, look at the fight in that man. You're good, God, and we thank you for it. Thank Mr. Crow for being on. Thank him for pulling these numbers. Thank all of you, and you. Hey, until next Monday, this has been Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Goodbye.
It's today, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy.
From Wiley Sanders Truck Lines to you, please don't text and drive. Don't any